let 'em hang when I pull this thing. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. So I let 'em hang when I pull this thing. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. So I let 'em hang when I pull this thing. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. So pull this thing. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you.
Relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Cannon Hotep back at it again. This time we going live from the Nerd Out YouTube channel. Everybody take a minute to go over to the Nerd Out. Let me see. Actually, I need to put. Did I append it to the comments? Also, let me go ahead and toss that in the what's it called? The description as well. I got joining me tonight, my man Hotep with it. What's up, bro?
What's up, Pimpin'? How you living, bro?
Chilling. You know your camera not on.
I see that now. I thought this. Oh, see. Hold up now. See, they playing. All right, hold up real quick. Let me unplug this.
Go for it. Anyway, if y'all new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. Let people know we live. Guys. Let's see where I'm at now. We're gonna call this the maiden voyage of the the Nerd Out. Make sure y'all get over there and subscribe. Let me go ahead and drop this joint in the description box. Boom, there we go. Save. Boom, so there we go. I just dropped the Nerd Out YouTube channel in the description box. Also, I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the chat. It's actually already in the chat, but I'm just going to drop it in. It's the pinned comment in the chat on the Cannon Hotep YouTube channel. I just threw it in the chat anyway. Oh, man. Anyway, I hope everybody had a wonderful day out there. Man, it's crazy, right? So today was 47 degrees here in Baltimore, and then now they're talking about it's going to be 76 tomorrow.
Goodness gracious.
Like, that's that get sick weather.
For real, bro. Goodness gracious. Goodness. Golly. This joint only give me one camera option, bro.
Let me think. Hit virtual camera.
That's the only one it's giving me.
Oh, word. So on your Skype, you should be able to pick virtual camera too.
All right, hold up, son. This joint weird.
So let me see. So if you go to Skype and you hit the little up arrow button for camera, it should give you an option for virtual camera in there too.
No, I'm saying that's the only option it's giving me. That's the one that's got
word? Me. It don't give you.
Yeah,
because it probably is the only option it's going to give you. Because let me see. Because you got OBS. Yeah, because you got OBS on.
All right, hold up. Let me see.
Bear with us, everybody.
You know what I'm saying? They got niggas working this technology and shit. I'm trying to make it work. Goodness gracious.
You good, yo. You good. Anyway, so hey, yo, you hear that Malcolm X's daughter, she about to steal Charlie Indigo Alpha?
Man, she about to come up missing. She about to get Clintonized, bro. She better leave that shit alone.
That's what I was thinking at first. I'm like, hey, yo, she better chill. She got Ben Crump on her side, though. Ben Crump about to be out there. He grifting hard on this one.
Ben Crump look, he COINTELPRO. He about to get fucking persuaded and paid off, and he gonna be the one that set her up. I guarantee it.
Think so?
100%.
He already got a couple lawsuits because he ain't give him money. He ain't give up the money. I think
niggas gave up the money.
Well, I think like what was it? I forgot what family it was. I think it was Jacob Blake. I think it was. He didn't pay the family the money that they won in the settlement or whatever it was.
Was Jacob Blake the brother with the knife?
Yeah, that's the dude with the knife.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
damn.
Man. This shit is crazy to me. I was just like, yo, I don't know what to tell y'all. I was like, Ben Crump, he out here getting his cash for real.
Right, you can't even be mad at him. Like, you should have known he was gonna do it.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. I'm trying to see what else it could be for real. Let me see.
Yeah, bro, I'm at a loss right now.
So do this, right? Jump out of OBS and see what happens.
About to close it. All right, close it. I'm about to check my options, see if it give me another option. Nah, the only camera option it's got for me is the OBS virtual camera.
Not even my
webcam.
Huh. All right, so do this, right?
Go into my settings real quick and see if it'll audio, video, camera. Yeah, bro, that's weird. It wasn't like this last time.
Right. You was running from OBS the last time?
No, I was running straight through Skype last time. Same way I was trying to do it earlier.
And it's only giving and you don't have OBS open, right?
Nah, not at all.
All right, do this, right? Close Skype and then come back in through the same link. Let's see what happens.
I got you. Give me a minute.
While we're waiting on that, make sure you take the time to share this stream. Let people know we live. Let people know we live, guys. Oh, man. You know how technical difficulties go. We're going to get it all together, though. But we got a good stream for you, though. We got a real good stream for you. We're going to talk the episodes 1 through 6 of The Last of Us. We're going to get caught up on it. And hopefully I'll have a show every week about The Last of Us. Also, I made up my mind on what game I'm going to get. I think I'm going to go with Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart, I was watching Amazing Lucas play. That shit look kind of dope. So I think I'm going to go with the Atomic Heart game. And I'm going to start playing that on what's it called? What's it called? Xbox, Jesus Christ. PS5, I mean. PS5. I can't even remember what damn console I got. Let me see, let's do this. Send this to him right here. Anybody else got a Atomic Heart? See what y'all thinking about that game. There we go. Let's do this. Let's see what we got going on.
Let's see if I got any. Bro, it's not giving me no other options.
What? Is your camera hooked up?
Wild.
Is your camera hooked up?
Yeah, I unplugged it and plugged it back in. I went through the basic boomer steps. It didn't work. I'm about to start blowing on the fucking USB-A side of this job.
All right, so do this, right? Open up OBS.
All right, let me see. OBS. Boom. Got that open.
And then turn on your virtual camera when you open that up.
Boom. Settings. Video. Yeah, bro. Nah, this joke, even OBS giving me the same screen that Skype is giving me.
All right, let me think. I have to think on that one. It's gotta be something ridiculous. Let me think.
Start virtual camera. Hold up. Let me see.
There you go. Now I see you.
Something happened. OBS has crashed. Come on, dog.
But I see it started to come up. Go ahead and close out of OBS and do it again.
We try again.
Let's see who in the building tonight right now. We got let's see. We got PD. What's going on, PD? He said the show is good, but the whole everybody stuck on that the Brokeback Mountain episode, Joe. They said that episode was dumb. I don't blame people for liking that episode. It was over the top. It was a good episode. It was just over the top. Over the top. That's all I can say. Let's see.
You're getting closer.
Yeah.
Screen black. We made some improvement. Hold up.
It's trying to do something.
It's trying. I'm sitting here playing with these fucking settings, bro. Hit this one. See what happened. What in the hell, bro?
You want to try restart your joint?
Yeah, let me jump out of my shit. I'm gonna restart the whole computer and I'll jump back in.
All right, bro. I'll send you another link. See, Uncle Hotep ain't the only person that be having technical difficulties, people. You know? And it ain't Boomer Tech, goddammit. Shit can happen to anybody. Also, I made for anybody who was in the chat yesterday, I figured out what I'm gonna end up building the 300 Blackout. Like, I do want the AK. I do want the AK, and I do want to trick out an AK, but I really want that 300 Blackout with the suppressor. So I'm gonna go ahead and build me a 300 Blackout with a suppressor. I know I gotta wait like 6 months or something like that just for my my suppressor paperwork to come back, but that's fine. Hopefully it's back by the time my birthday come around, and then I'll be happy. So I'm gonna start building the 300 Blackout. I think this weekend I'm gonna go ahead and order me a lower. Just trying to figure out who I'm gonna go with. More than likely, I'm probably gonna end up going with Aero Precision. Getting a lower and probably a lower. I don't know if I'm gonna get the lower and the upper. I'm gonna definitely get the lower from Aero Precision and get the paperwork started on that. And then I'm gonna start sourcing parts. Now I may buy a complete upper from a company. I'm not sure yet. That'll probably be the easiest way to go, to be honest with you. But maybe I get a BCM upper or something like that. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. We'll see where we go with that. Matter of fact, let's look at that real quick, y'all. Let me see. Shout out to Cassius Can for giving me the idea for BCM for real. I think he just got finished putting himself a BCM together. They got some pretty nice stuff. So let's see what they got. What size would I want that joint to be? I'm probably go with like an 8.5, 9-inch upper. Let's see. And they're pretty pricey here. So let's see. Barrel style, standard, caliber. Here we go. 300 Blackout. There we go. Check this shit out, y'all. Boom! Look at this. So this is a complete. This is a complete upper. It looks like. What's up, Montoya? What's going on? We got Raider Nation in the building too. What's up, Jonesy? David Murdoch in the building. What's going on? We got DeMars Burton in the building. My man Reaction PR in the building. What's the deal? Y'all make sure y'all go over to the Nerd Out, guys. Hit that pinned comment or hit the link in the description. Go over and subscribe to the Nerd Out, guys. Let's see. Let's look at this one real quick. What size is this? It's 8-inch, 9-inch, 9-inch. That's fine. Let's see. See what it comes with. Continuous taper barrel profile designs for optimal weight. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. Does it come with the bolt carrier? That's all I want to know. 9-inch. Blah 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 blah. I just want to know if it's a complete upper. It don't look like it's a complete upper. It don't look like it comes with the bolt carrier group. So it looks like I'll have to get a bolt carrier. I think I got a spare bolt carrier. There we go. We got action.
Let's go, bro.
There we go.
My motherfucking webcam had died, bro. I had to sit here and play with this shit for a minute. We back.
I'm over here looking at 300 blackout uppers and shit.
Oh shit, yeah, that's my kind of porn right there. I like that.
Yeah, I was looking at BCM. Cassius Can gave me the idea for BCM. They pricey, but I want something. I want to build like a half-ass Gucci AR for real. But I want a 300 blackout and I want to suppress it. So I was looking at going with BCM, but I'm gonna price out some shit. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go with Aero Precision lower, and then I don't know if I can find a 300 blackout decent barrel. I might just build it myself, and it'll probably still come in a little bit cheaper than buying the complete BCM upper. I was looking at Palmetto State, which I seen a couple Palmetto State builds that actually ran pretty good with suppressors. But I just want something a little more Gucci because I got 2 Palmetto builds already.
Okay.
So we'll see though. Cause
I was gonna say because I didn't heard the Palmettos run pretty smooth.
No, they great. I ain't had no issues. Like I was telling them with my 8.5 inch back there. Only thing I had to replace was the rings on the bolt carrier. That was it. And that's because it's so short that it just go through the rings for real. So they only like 15 cents or something stupid. So I got a bunch of them just in case I always need to replace that. And then my 9mm AR, that shit run flawless. So yeah, so I just want something Gucci. This guy was at the range. This dude built himself like it wasn't a honey badger. He built something similar to the honey badger, and that bitch ran great. It was an Aero build, it was an Aero Precision build, with a silencer suppressor on there. That shit was love, and it was so quiet, yo. All I could hear was the trigger action. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. He said he probably put about $2,000 into the gun. You know what I mean?
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
Right, but he had all Gucci shit. He had Geisley trigger. He had a Geisley rail. He
was flexing.
Yeah, he was flexing. Yeah, the shit was sexy. He said the suppressor itself was $800. So I was like, damn, okay. Well, he built the gun for around $1,000, which I'm cool with that. The suppressors would cost him because he had a dope ass suppressor. That shit was nice. So I'm definitely gonna do that. But Jimmy Dawes says, I'll pull up and see guns. This is what I'm talking about. Mr. Caution says, it says free bolt carrier for a limited time with order. I did not see that. I'm just blind. I must have missed that. So, oh shit, it's right there. BCM bolt carrier group auto included, free with upper. Oh damn, I'm retarded. I didn't even see that. That's shit. Then okay. $700. Yeah, $731 for a complete upper. And then honestly, I could just throw it on this lower right here, but I'm gonna probably get the Aero Precision lower, and then I'm gonna do my suppressor paperwork. That shit probably don't come back to my birthday, but at least I'll have it. I wanted to have it for hog hunting season. That'd be dope to be out there hunting hogs suppressed. You know what I mean?
That'd be cold. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So did you catch up on the episodes Last of Us?
Bro, I watched episode 6 today. My fiance was laughing at me, bro, because I was stressed the fuck out, bro. I jumped up out the chair. I'm sitting there jumping out, bro. I was stressed out. I thought the episode, what was it? Episode 5 with Henry and them was bad. Bruh. Episode 6 had me in there sweating, dude.
Bro, so what we're going to do, right? We're going to do a quick recap 1 through 5, and then we're going to jump into 6. All right, guys. So if you ain't cut The Last of Us, I don't know what you're doing. You got to catch this show. The show is pretty goddamn good. Episode 3 kind of take you for a loop. They went. They you said, yo, they trying to get an Emmy with that episode. You know what I mean? Ron Swanson was up there getting about to get a blowy from some dude and kissing and shit. It was just, it was 10 minutes of cringe, guys. 10 minutes of cringe in that episode. But anyway, so a lot of people played the game. So a lot of people are actually watching it to see if it parallels with the game. You know what I mean? So the very first episode, we get to know Joel and his daughter, right? This, I think it was 2003 is when it took place, when the first episode took place, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Early 2003. So Joel was like in his 30s or whatever. They made you fall in love with his daughter in the first episode, right? Because it's really about her. You know what I mean? It's his birthday. They hanging out. They watching a movie. Joel got to go bail his brother out of jail for getting in a bar fight. So next thing you know, he put his daughter in the bed. She wakes up. All hell done broke loose in the town. You know what I mean? She look out the window. It's helicopters flying. It's people all over the place. So she goes to go find her dad, see where he is. The dog from across the street, that nigga was like, hey, get safe. She trying to take him home. He's like, you ain't taking me home. He shimmied out of his collar. That dog said, you crazy. He shimmied out of his collar and hauled ass. He's like, you know what, you on your own. So she go in and she walk into a murder scene. She go in there, some shit out of straight horror movie. She walk in there, there's blood all over the kitchen of the neighbor's house. The husband sitting in the corner by the back door bleeding out. And exactly. And then she look over down on the ground. The wife is completely dead. And the mother, who previously died right before, because like you see her die when she's looking at the books, is up. And she's I don't know what the fuck was she doing. Like the whatever, the tentacles, the tentacles or whatever from the mushroom, like what? Because I guess it's a fungal virus that mimics mushroom or whatever. Mm-hmm. So she got these tendrils in the mother's mouth, and she looks up and them shits is doing all this, and then she did some exorcism shit where she started cracking. Then she hauled ass. That lady's like 100, and she hauls ass out the door. So Joel's daughter is hauling ass, running for the house, and he pulls up, cracks in her head with a fucking monkey wrench, a big ass monkey wrench, and then then they jump in the car and they hauling ass. Now this was the cool part, because when they jumped in the truck and they were trying to escape town, that's what happened in the game. That's how it happened in the game. That shit was dope. That's when it started taking me back. Cause I played the game when the PS4 first came out. So when I bought my PS4, that was the game that came with the PS4. Oh. Yeah, so I might fuck around and go back and replay it, because I think with my PS5 I can re-download it. I might mess around and go back and play that.
Now, is it PlayStation only?
Yeah, PlayStation only.
Shit, bro. That's how you be getting niggas to buy both consoles, bro. I'm watching the show and I'm like, I ain't never played this shit. You tell me this, I'm like, nah, I gotta go get a PlayStation.
Yeah, yo, I like to play. I've always been a PlayStation person, yo. I've always been a PlayStation person, right? But so let me see where we at. Okay, yeah. So then so they escape in town. The shit looked just like the game, exactly like the game. That's what caught me. I'm like, okay, they trying to stick with the source material. I hope they stick with the source material. So in the game, I'm thinking like, because at first I'm like, the daughter, like, because the way they were like not personifying, but the way they were trying to like build the story arc for the daughter, I'm thinking like, are they gonna try to keep her alive? Right?
That's the vibe I got. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Right.
So I'm like, are they gonna try to keep her alive? So then, sure enough, just like in the game, she died. I was like, okay. So they keeping it with the theme of the game. All right, cool. So then we get to we get to episode 2. Episode 1 fast forwards 20 years. So now we 2023. We now. Yep. We see Joel, he's older, more haggard, and all this other stuff. make a long story short, for episode 1, he runs into a girl named Marlene. Marlene has this young lady who she's been holding hostage in a room and testing her every day to see if she turns into one of these I don't even know if you call them zombies, yo, because they wildin'.
Yeah, they call them infected. I mean, that's really all you can call them.
Them motherfuckers is like, fast. They're like some Resident Evil shit.
For real, some 28 days later shit. They's on some wildness. Yeah,
exactly. So DeMars Burton says he playing part 2 right now. I still ain't played part 2.
It's 2 parts?
Yeah, it's 2 games. They came out with episodes. They came out with yeah. So Joel gets talked into Joel and his girlfriend Tess get talked into transporting this girl to a medical facility in like what was it? I forgot where it was. Was it Colorado or some shit like that?
It's Colorado, yeah.
Yeah. So they take it because she promised them some shit. So then they make a plan. Plus Joel want to find his brother because he ain't heard from his brother in some months, I guess. Now, I don't remember that shit being in the game where Joel wanted to find his brother. I feel like that's another story arc that they added. You know what I mean? I don't remember, but okay. I don't remember Joel wanting to find his brother in the first game. So they escaped the compound or whatever that shit is. The Fedra, the FEMA camp, I guess. I don't know what the fuck you would call it.
It was called the quarantine zone.
The quarantine zone. They escaped the quarantine zone, and they start making their way across country. Fast forward to episode 2. Tess and Joel trying to figure out if this girl is really infected, and if she's infected, when is she going to turn? Again, this is where we get to. I want to say that situation in episode 2 was also in the game, but Tess wasn't a part of that situation. It was always just Joel and Ellie.
So Tess in the game, so Tess was never
right.
As soon as they started making their way across the country, it was just Joel and Ellie.
Yeah. Now correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, because I think that game came out when I bought my PS4. I bought it when I bought this house, so I guess it was 2011 or something like that when that game came out, 2010, 2011. So it's been a while, right? So I haven't played this game in a minute, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Tess wasn't a part of the game. Anyway, so but that whole situation they was in with the clicker and all that other shit in that building, that shit was a part of the game. So they fighting what's called the clicker. So this shit like a full on I don't know what that shit look like. I don't know what you would call it. Like let me see. Mr. Caution says Tess died at the same place, but it was Fedra, not shroom heads. Thanks, Mr. Caution.
Okay.
So yeah, so the head
looked like a mushroom.
Yeah,
fungus, bro.
like a fucking, his face is fucking filleted open. Looked like a mushroom. 2 of them. So they split up. They fighting this thing. They shooting at it or whatever. Tess ended up getting bit. Ellie got bit too. And that's when they really found out she was immune. So Tess started turning. Tess sacrificed herself. She told them to run. While she told them to run, she blew up the entire fucking building to save them. Cause all of them.
She went out like a boss.
She did, cause the infected was coming. But that shit was weird when that motherfucker saw her and came over and started fucking kissing her in the mouth, I guess you would call it.
That shit was gross.
That shit was horrible. But she was inviting it.
She came flying out and she just stood there and let it happen. I was just like, trying to flick the lighter. I was like, y'all could have done without this.
Right. It almost like she was inviting it. But she didn't want to. It was involuntary, right? I guess the whatever the virus or whatever it is started to take over, and she was she's like, fuck. You know what I mean? So he came over and said, I like shit and I want shit.
And I'm gonna have shit.
Right. So that's how episode 2 ends. Tess gets sacrificed, or she sacrificed herself to save Joel and Ellie. She sees that Ellie could be the savior for this fucked up apocalypse that they're living in. Right? This fucked up dystopian world that they're living in. And she said if it's any chance of humanity surviving, and she's the key, she was like, I gotta do what I gotta do. So she went out like a straight G, like you said. You know what I mean? Salute the Tess. She gotta get the Don DeMarco. Then we get to episode 3, the Brokeback Mountain episode.
Lee. Paul Pelosi episode, bro. That shit
Yeah.
so cringe.
So you said you ain't played the game. So
Mm-mm.
in the game, Frank was already dead, right?
All right, and Frank
Was the guy that was in the hole.
okay. So that's not Ron Swanson's character, like you said. It's a dude in the hole.
No, yeah. That was Ron Swanson's
pause.
character was Bill,
Okay.
right? And so that episode was weird because what they did was they gave Frank and Bill a backstory that wasn't in the game. Now, they were saying, what they say? He was like, well, if you got a chance to make the story better, you go that route. But if it's not better than the original story or the original canon, then you stick with it. And for some reason, they thought giving Bill and Frank a backstory was the way to go. And the only reason, go ahead.
They saw that Emmy. They saw that Emmy.
Yeah, they did. That's going to get them an Emmy. That was for them to get into the good graces of the LGBTQ. They're like, we need season 2 of The Last of Us. We need season 2 of The Last of Us. So, we got to go this route, guys. We got to bite the bullet on this one. I had to fast forward. So, it started off with Joel and Ellie, right? It started off with Joel and Ellie, making their way across, across the country, and then I guess he makes mention. Actually, Tess also said it too in the second episode to get her to Bill and Frank. Joel makes mention of it in the third episode. Next thing you know, we see Bill in his fucking bunker, under his house, waiting for Fedra to clear out the town. And going about their business. He come out, he got the whole town to himself. He started fortifying everything. He broke in the Bass Pro, whatever it was, Costco, whatever it was, turned his boat into a trailer. And he started making his plans. And he was good by himself. And then here come along Frank. Frank done fell in one of the traps. He done finessed his way into the house, got himself a meal and some wine. Then somehow voila, now Frank and Bill are a fucking couple.
Bro, hold on, son. What if this nigga Frank was never gay? Like you said, he finessed it.
Bro, I thought about that. Right? I say, yo, Frank just out here working the system. Frank know he ain't gonna make it on his own. He thought they was gonna be the odd couple, and then he realized that Bill had a significant other guy, and then he was like, all right, this is my end. Right? Because what are the odds 2 gay men find each other that way?
Right. Like, let's be realistic. This nigga Frank was like, it's either I'm sucking his dick or I'm back in the woods, bro.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, it just was crazy because I'm sitting like this shit don't take place in San Francisco now. You know what I mean? Now, if it was San Francisco, I got you. The odds of that happening is fucking 90%, but they not. You know what I mean? DeMars Burton said the game did make it seem like there was a couple. Yeah, but the story wasn't there. Like, Frank was already gone, so they created that entire backstory. Like, I'm cool with like the whole. I'm cool with that. It's just I don't want to see that shit on television, right? You could have implied a lot of shit, right? I didn't need to see Ron Swanson getting his fucking chest kissed down. I'm like, fast forward.
You know how they do some of them like sex scenes, even whether it's like heterosexual, homosexual, whatever. They kind of like pan the camera out of the bedroom, and you see like, okay, they kept that motherfucker right on his chest hairs.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I think that was a little over the top. You know what I mean? I couldn't do it. I had to fast forward through that part. Then we get to the
lucky, bro. You got to play the game. I thought I needed to watch this.
Yeah, nah. So I fast forward through that shit. I get to the part where Frank and Bill meet Tess and Joel. They make friends with them. They start trading with them, which is awesome. I thought it was a pretty cool thing. And then sure enough, Joel was like, that shit gonna hold up. People gonna come. They came, and Bill was ready for all the smoke. Them booby traps started going off. He was lighting motherfuckers on fire with the booby traps, and then he was picking them off with the rifle scope. He took a bullet to the side, and Frank came in handy. Frank patched him up. You know, then fast forward. I don't know how long. Fast forward, was it? What they say, like 3 years or some shit like that, or was it longer than that?
It was longer than that. I want to say it was at least a decade, at least.
10. Oh,
10.
that's right. Yeah.
It was a while.
So now it look like, I guess, I don't know what the fuck Frank had. Frank had like ALS or some shit.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah, he was crippled. He was in a wheelchair. He couldn't do anything. He had some disease. So Bill was taking care of him. Frank was like, all right, I'm tired of living like this. I'm killing myself tonight. So give me a cool day. And then put all these fucking pills that should have fucking turned this fucking wine into Jello. All that goddamn fucking powder he put in that bitch. I'm like, there's no way he put all that fucking pill powder in that bitch and he just went like this and that shit ain't fucking turned into a smoothie out this bitch.
I thought the same thing, bro. That's a lot of fucking powder, bro. That was like a quarter of a gallon Ziploc bag. Like, damn,
I was like, God damn. I was like, y'all crazy. I was like, y'all, he put all that. So Frank drank that shit. They went to the bedroom. And then fast forward, Joel and Ellie got there. Like I don't know how long had passed before Joel and Ellie got there, but since they had fucking suicided themselves, forever slept themselves, he would have made Chunky not lean. But some time had passed, because you could tell by the plate and the food and shit like that. I'm gonna say at least a month or so had passed, probably. He left a note for Joel just in case Joel came. He left everything to Joel. He had a fucking whole armory in the basement and some more shit. Bill offed himself, I guess. He probably shot himself after Frank died.
Remember, he mixed some of the pills into that whole bottle of wine. So they both went the same way. They went to sleep together.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know he put some of that in the bottle. I thought he just put the whole fucking thing inside of the. I might have missed the part where he probably did spike his bottle too.
Yeah, because he gave Frank the glass after he poured the powder in it. Yeah. He started drinking it, and then Bill started like chugging his glass, and he was like, "You already spiked the wine, didn't you?" And he was like, "Yeah."
I missed that part. So yeah. So that means he was like, it's probably a mess in it. It probably was a long time since they had fucking died. So, next thing you know, Joel, he started packing shit up, and then him and Ellie head out. All right, they head out. Then we get in episode 4. Episode 4 was a pretty good episode. So they driving. They doing, they making good time because they got Bill's S10. So now they on the road with a car. They get to Kansas City. They get to Kansas City. They had to drive around because the one of the underpasses was blocked by a tractor trailer or whatever. So they get in there. Some kids try to run that scan where somebody act like they hurt. Please help. And Joel saw that shit coming a mile away, tried to escape. They fucking blew the tires out on the S10. He crashed into a building, get into a gunfight with the kids. He ended up killing 2 of them.
2 of them.
Yeah. So one he cracked. He cracked with the rifle when he came in, and then another kid tried to sneak it from behind through the back door. Pause. And then he actually got the jump on Joel, and Joel was about to die, yo. So Joel was about to die, and then Ellie came out of nowhere with her little gun that she had stole from Bill's house and shot that nigga in the ass. And then after that, he immediately start begging for his life. So Ellie went back where she was at, turned her back. Joel ended his life. After that happened, the leader of the town, I forgot her name. The leader of the town, she was pissed. I don't know if that was her son or what.
I think it might have been her son, because it wasn't the brother. The brother had already gotten it.
Yeah, so she was pissed. So she was interrogating the guy, right? And she kept asking where where Henry was or whoever, right? Now I played the game. I know who Henry is because Henry and his brother was in the game.
That's fine.
That part was, I think, was made up. So I'm pretty sure that whole situation never happened in the game. Henry and his brother existed, but the town, that shit ain't exist if I'm not mistaken. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It's been a very long time since I played the game. That's why I want to go back and play it. So Joel and Ellie go into hiding inside of the town till they figure out how to get out. Then we meet Henry and his brother. And then we find out that the guy that she was interrogating and that she ultimately shot when she found out those two kids were dead. Thanks to Mars. That's why I love the goddamn chat. He said the town was Pittsburgh in the game, not Kansas City.
Okay.
So, what else? David says in comics, TV, and movies, all gay men and women immediately fall for the first gay they meet. Deep love at first sight every time. So fast forward, Ellie and Joel find a good, they climbed 38 fucking stories or 38 flights of steps. I'm sorry, I couldn't do that. They walked over to the 38th floor to be safe, and they went to sleep thinking they was good, right? So Henry and his brother end up finding them, and then the episode end with Ellie trying to wake Joel up, Ellie getting held at gunpoint, and then Henry's little brother got revolver on Joel when Joel wake up, and then we go into episode 5. And I was interested to see where episode 5 went because, again, I want to see where the game parallels at, right? Mm-hmm. Let me see. The Geico looking chick wasn't believable as a rebel leader. I agree.
Nah, yeah, she wasn't.
I agree. She wasn't. So we get into episode 5. We get a little backstory on Henry and his brother. Then they go to where they start working the deal out with Joel, saying, "Hey, look, we ain't trying to hurt you. We just need your help. We know how to get out of here, but we too scared to do the shit ourselves. We need you because you like you murder people." So a little bit of convincing, Joel's with the shits. He's like, "All right, cool, I got you. Let's go ahead and do this." Hold on, there we go. He said, "Let's do this," and then they actually get out without any problems. Right? They get through the tunnels without any problems. So as they're walking, I want to say that in the game it was a guy shooting at them from inside the building. I want to say that was actually a thing. Yeah, I want to say it was actually a sniper in the game, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, it was actually a sniper in the game. So they take cover. Joel run up on him. He give him a chance to it's like, yo, just chill, just put the gun down, slide it to me, and we try and get out of here, and then you can go back doing what you're doing. But he had already called for the cavalry. He tried to make a sudden move. Joe blew him away. Boom, pick up the radio. He hear that they on the way. He trying to tell these motherfuckers to run. Right, you can barely hear him, but he trying to yell, "Run at them!" Then you see the lights coming. They had that big ass fucking truck that was clearing the way. It was knocking them cars out of there like it was cardboard paper
with the plow on the front. Of the truck. Yeah.
So Joel trying to take out the driver in the front seat. I swear I feel like that was in the game as well. No,
that's fine. That probably was a tough level.
No, I don't think that was in the game. That wasn't in the game. But the zombies coming out, or the infected coming out like they did. That shit was in the game. Yeah, but it was a fire happening. It was fire, like how they had the fire, but the fire was all over the place. So in the game, you trying to keep the infected off of Ellie, Henry, and his brother, and you up there, and you got the rifle, you got the bolt action, and you got to keep them off of all three of them for a certain amount of time. Then you finally do it. Y'all get out of there. Y'all go somewhere safe like the motel it was in. They had like a little banter back and forth. They wake up the next morning. The brother wasn't in there with Ellie. He was out in like the little common area, or whatever. He turned into one of the infected. Henry shoots him, and then just like in this show, Henry turns the gun on himself. Bow.
What?
Yeah, in the game. I was like,
What?
oh shit. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Cause they was gonna go with Joel. They was gonna stick with Joel and Ellie. And
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
at first Joel told him they couldn't come, and then
Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, y'all can come if you want to."
right. In the game, they was gonna stick with him too. They was gonna stick with him, and then
Shit.
he found out his brother turned into infected, killed his brother, and then fucking blew his shit out. Same way in the game. That shit was. I was like, okay. I'm not mad at this movie. I ain't mad at this show just yet. Now we get to episode 6. What you think about episode 6, yo?
I liked episode 6. I saw a side of Joel that made me happy. Once they got picked up by the riders on the horses and everything.
Yeah.
Right. And then what's her name? Maria, the
Yeah.
black chick with the dreads.
Yeah.
She like, oh, what's your name? She take him back to the jump, right?
Mm.
Is Tommy his brother talking to Joel, and they was talking about like the way that the commune was set up, and he was like, it's collective ownership.
Oh yeah.
This nigga Joel looked at him and said, this is communism. He said, no, it's not communism. But Maria was like, it's a commune. We're communists. That nigga Joel face turned so sour.
Yeah. I was like,
Joe.
I don't think that went the way that the writers thought it was gonna go. A lot of motherfuckers was like, yeah, Joe based. I think they was
Joel based as fuck for that.
DeMars Burton says you have to play part 2. It goes harder than the first one. I'm gonna get it. The big mushroom guys.
PlayStation, bro.
Oh yeah, in that episode 5, the big mushroom dude that came out of the fucking ground, the big boss that ripped that nigga head off.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that was crazy. It came out like fucking Baby Huey and just was running through shit. You know what I mean? And then still walked off. They couldn't. Man, that's when I was watching that shit like, damn it, AR ain't doing shit with that. You need a shotgun. You need something with some punch for him.
You need that Expendables, that Terry Crews, that AA-12. That
Is that what you need?
Bro.
You need that or a 338 Lapua. You need something big to blow a hole in his ass. I'm like, you need a shotgun for yo. You need a shotgun for yo, straight up. That 5.56 wasn't doing shit. He ate all them bullets.
Like he didn't even slow down. That nigga just kept walking.
You need that shotgun from Terminator 2 that was splitting the T1000 in half. Yeah, that's what you need. You need a fucking 10 gauge. I just found out they make a 4 gauge shotgun. I don't even want to know what a 4 gauge shotgun feel like. I don't even want to shoot a 4 gauge shotgun. I'm not even interested.
Not at all.
It already sucks shooting high brass 12. I don't want to know what the 10 gauge or a 4 gauge feel like. I'm good. You know what I mean? But so back to episode 6. That begs the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
A worldwide event happens. All hell broke loose. Society is completely collapsed, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that situation, does a commune or does communism or does that shit work on a small scale?
As much as it pains me to say this,
Right.
I think so. Capitalism is gone. You got to sort of trading.
Right.
Everybody is dependent on each other, and you kind of have to split the resources.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like communism will never work on a grand scale because we have capitalism.
Right.
And the comparison of the two, it just can't work.
Yeah.
But if the world go to shit and there's nothing else, the foundation is gone, then communism kind of got a leg to stand on.
Right. Mr. Caution says it would only work on a small scale. Because when he said it, I was thinking about, I'm like, yo, yeah, society's completely gone. Money don't even matter anymore. That shit ain't a thing. All you got are items that may be valuable to
Or
somebody
services.
else, right? Or services, right? Now you trading services for goods and vice versa. So I'm like, I guess in the apocalypse, maybe maybe a community, a commune or whatever. I guess that would actually work. It would have to work. You know, if I got chickens and you need eggs, but I don't know, some fucking socks. I'm gonna have to trade you some eggs for some socks, right? You know what I mean?
But that only work until somebody get greedy and say, "Well, I don't want to give you my socks, and I'm taking your eggs."
Right. Now
You know what I mean? So it would work, but I think the lifespan, regardless of what's going on for communism, is so small.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until somebody get greedy and just say, "I don't want to trade. I just want this."
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, you know, like you said, that one person may have a monopoly on everything. Well, I got this, and this. What you gonna do for me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now you like shorty off a set it off. Got to give up the ass for rent money. You know what I mean? Well, you gotta be willing. You gotta be ready to clap somebody like that. Like, damn, yo being like that, we're gonna off this nigga. But then that's where communism fails right there. It always ends in death.
Commune turning multiple niggas into Frank. Bro.
Yeah, exactly. Bruh, that's all I'm saying. Like,
No.
but that's why, like, in like something like that, you gotta keep that circle small. You gotta have the people that you gotta have people that you trust. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta have people that you trust to keep you, to have your back. So, like, that's how I look at it. Like, if I was to have, if some shit was to go down, I'm just getting the people that I know I can trust, and we gonna start some shit. You know what I mean? Find a little spot. We're gonna defend that shit. We're gonna do some homesteading, get some, grow some food, hunting, and all that other stuff, and just do it that way. Because
like, do it. Get away and stay low.
Yeah, Now in that case with that town, the shit like it worked. They had fucking electricity.
Yeah.
They had hot water. They had home. It was in Alexandria. off The Walking Dead. They was Alexandria. You know what I mean? But they was in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
They was in a 1-horse town. You know what I mean? That backed up to the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of nowhere.
Tommy said it. He was like, all this open land out here on each side, we can see a motherfucker coming.
Yeah, ain't nowhere to hide.
That's half a mile away is whatever.
Right. Ain't nowhere for you to hide. We see you.
Exactly. I mean, that's an ideal setup if some shit gonna go south.
Yeah, and who walking all the way out there like that?
Exactly.
Shit,
it was find a couple of Joel and Ellie's that even can make it that far.
Right, exactly. And the only reason they made it that far because the old people that they held at gunpoint to ask where they was at, they helped them out a bit. Else they would have been all turned the fuck around.
Facts.
So now we find out that Joel's brother Tommy's okay. Tommy engaged to Maria, right? He done knocked her up and he like, yo, I can't leave. I got a family, right? I ain't gonna lie, Maria was looking good though. Maria was alright looking.
To get it.
Yeah. So Tommy knocked Maria up. He don't want to go. Joel starts crying, confessing that he's afraid and all this other shit. I was like, what the hell is this? But at the same time, it was like, I'm like, well, who wouldn't feel like that? And he been so stoic the entire time, he just feel like he can be vulnerable with his brother.
And that anxiety they like slowed it down and he was like holding his chest all that he was having like a panic attack and shit.
Yeah, so he felt like he could be that way with his brother. He can let all of that out with his brother. So his brother agreed to take Ellie the rest of the way. Let me see, Demon Nat. What's up, Demon Nat in the building? What did he say? He said, I really thought Joel's brother was going to snitch on him.
I sure as shit did, too.
You did, too? I ain't think he was.
I thought he was about to go run and tell Maria was going to come back with them niggas on them horses. They was going to burn that little girl.
I ain't think that. I ain't think that. I think that, I think from the first episode, Joel's bond with his brother was bigger than that. Now, at the same time, he stopped talking to his brother over a bitch.
Exactly. Exactly. A lot of shit goes out on some pussy, bro.
Right.
I thought it was over.
Yeah. Maria must got that good boot. She must got that good poon. She's like, nope, don't even pick that radio up. Mr. Carter says he's starting to get dad feels for Ellie, PTSD from his actual daughter. Yeah, of course. He sees Ellie. He sees his daughter in Ellie. Right?
Mhm.
He sees his daughter in Ellie. He said, a demon that says the entire scene. I was saying, shut up, Joel. Stop talking.
Yeah, that's one of them joints that pulled me up out the chair. I'm standing there like this, like,
Right.
no,
He
he's
about to
saying
get
too
himself
much.
got. Yeah. But I for some reason I just didn't have that vibe. I didn't have that feel with Tommy. But Joel and Ellie make it to where the Fireflies are supposed to be. They get there, and once again, just like it was in episode 2, nowhere to be found. They gone. Either they vacated or something happened to them. There was nothing but a bunch of monkeys running around, which I think the monkeys was also in the game. That whole whole campus was in the game.
Okay.
Now I don't remember. And this is spoiler alert, guys, if you ain't seen it yet. The shit came out Sunday. It's fucking Wednesday. I don't know if y'all ain't seen it, Jenny. Y'all ain't seen it. Spoiler alert. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They get there, nobody's there. They see some guys walking around the campus with some bats and some makeshift knives and shit like that. So they try to sneak out the back door. When they getting on the horse, guy run up on Joel. Joel get into a little scuffle with him. Joel snapped his neck. I was like, God damn, Joel is a fucking killer. He came a long way from being a fucking construction contractor. God damn. And then he looked down. He got the baseball bat handle in his fucking gut. I don't remember if that was a part of the game though.
Okay.
I want to say that I feel like Joel got injured in that part of the game, but I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I know some people still playing. They might have went back and played the game, but I know that the campus was in the game, which was interesting to see because I'm like, damn, the fucking campus was in the game. The fucking monkeys was running around all over the place. This shit is in the game. I just can't remember if Joel got hurt in the game. But anyway, Joel gets stabbed. He get on the horse. Ellie firing back at the boys to keep them off of him. They take off. I don't know how far they get. They get to like a train, like they get in front of a train or something like that, and Joel just fucking falls off the horse. Mm-hmm. And that's where episode 6 ends. Now,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So you got the butt end of the baseball bat in your gut, right? Are you pulling it out, or are you getting on the horse, riding off, and then pulling it out?
I feel like I don't want to bleed out. I feel like I'm going to keep it there.
All right. My fiance was sitting on the bed. She a nurse.
Okay.
And so she's sitting there, and she look up at the screen. She said, he better not pull this shit out. And I'm sitting there like, you better not pull it. Pulls it out and just starts leaking, bro.
Maybe he's in shock, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I ain't never been in a situation like that. I can't say. But that shit just seems so stupid for somebody that's been so survivalistic this whole time.
Right.
You stayed alive, and then you gonna do some dumb shit like this. Bro.
Right, exactly. But so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay. He pulled the shit out, they get out, they hauling ass, right? They hauling ass. Joel collapses and Ellie's like trying to wake him up because she don't want to be alone. She want to be on her own, right? And then the episode just fucking ends there, which I thought was a great. I was like, damn, they gonna leave us fucking hanging like this? Mm-hmm. Now, my question to you is, how you think that shit gonna end? How you think the next episode is gonna start off? I feel like Tommy's gonna come looking for him and find him. I don't know.
That's where I was when I realized when they ended it, and I was like, the only way they get out of this is Tommy come find him. Because if the Raiders find them, they gonna die. If Ellie get ran up on by some infected, they either gonna eat Joel or rip him apart or whatever. It's gotta be Tommy. It's either gonna be Tommy or Maria.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Tommy gonna tell Maria what the deal is, and then they gonna like Maria might be with the shits and like we gotta go find them or something. They need help. I feel like they're gonna try to insert
I feel
Maria.
like Maria might have known. Like, had he told Maria, Maria might have known that the Fireflies wasn't there.
Right.
Something like that.
That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know. What y'all think in the chat? How y'all think that's gonna? How this is gonna play out in the beginning of the next episode, episode 7? I'm interested to know. DMW says you got one more on the Nerd Out. I appreciate you, DMW. He said they were testing on the monkeys. I think that was how it was in the game too. He said he watching episode 6 now as well. Mr. Carson says he got stabbed and Ellie put him in a garage, stayed most of the winter. That's in the first game? Damn, I gotta go back and play this game. DeMar says Joel fell from the second floor and that's right. He fell from the second floor and the lead pipe went through his fucking gut. I remember that.
Damn.
Yeah. And everybody's saying don't pull that shit out.
Can't do that. I ain't gonna hold you, bro, because like I said, I ain't played the game. So when they pulled up and I saw the monkeys, I was waiting for the monkeys to go fucking ballistic and like run down on them. I thought it was gonna happen.
So Demon said how far they away from Tommy. They're a week's ride from Tommy. They was riding for 5 days. It took them 5 days to get to the college or wherever it was they were at. So they're a week's ride from Tommy. The thing is, was Tommy trailing them? How far is he behind him? You know what I mean? I don't know. If he's trailing him. Maybe Ellie learned some shit in Fedra to patch up Joel. I don't know. It's somebody malevolent gonna come out of nowhere and help him? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. Demon that says, as soon as I saw Maria, I thought of Michonne in Walking Dead. Yeah, I did too. That's probably the look they was going for. That's probably the look they was going for. So I don't know. I think that's the look they was going for. We got Natasha Kayleen. What's going on, Natasha Kayleen? But yeah, so the show's good so far.
I like it.
Now they did give like a hint on like what's going to happen. You know, because they get the previews before the next episode, what to expect. It looked like they're going to go to a flashback on Ellie before she got bit first time.
Like to the what was
so
it?
Like she was in federal school.
To her and that black girl with the carousel and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they're gonna go back there, and I think that's where we're gonna find out that Ellie might be LGBT as well.
Emmy.
I think we're gonna find out that Ellie is LGBT as well. I wouldn't be shocked because I think if I'm not mistaken in the second game, I think they made mention. I remember it was a big deal when the game first came out that they made her gay in the second game. So I don't know how old Ellie is in this. I guess so. I guess she's like probably a teenager, 16, something like that, 17, something like that.
All right.
So yeah. So let's see. DeMar says the cannibal is next up for the show after Ellie tries to heal Joel. The cannibal. I don't remember that. See, DeMar says I gotta replay the game, man. Like the game is the game won a bunch of awards.
I remember the game winning a bunch of awards. I remember the hype surrounding it after they came out.
Yeah,
everybody was talking about it and ranting and raving about it.
Yeah, I think I beat the game in like 3 days. It was so good. I was just immersed in this shit. I knocked it out. Like I bought my PlayStation like on a Friday. By Sunday, I was done the game.
That's 5.
Yeah, it was a really good game. What's up, J Match? Yeah, we just came. Yeah, we doing we're talking The Last of Us. Also, just to remind you guys, it's pinned in the comments. Click on the link to the Nerd Out. That's where we're going to do all of these types of shows, like talking The Last of Us, gameplay, live streams of gameplays, talking comics and stuff like that. We're going to do that on the Nerd Out. I was just going live on my normal channel just to give you guys a heads up. then make sure you go over there and subscribe to the Nerd Out channel. The link is in the description and the link is in the chat. Make sure you go over there before the stream's over and subscribe. Let's see. But yeah, so let's see. Mr. Carson says the Ellie flashback was the DLC. It was really good. I ain't played none of the DLC content for the first one. Once I finished the game, I think I moved on to like what I moved on to. I moved on to something else. I didn't play any of the DLC content. So now I'm gonna go do all of that. Demon that said they already did that shit in episode 3. Leave us alone. Come on, it's never too much. It's never too much same gender action.
They need that season 2 funding early, bro.
Man. Let's see. Let me see. Marsberg says, sorry, don't mean to spoil the show. I just completed the first game after watching the show. You good, Joe. You good. A lot of us played the game. We just, me, I'm foggy on it because it was so long since I played it. You know what I mean? No. DMW says he played the game too. AJ Max, we just gotta, you gotta have fun sometimes. We get so serious on our channels, man. We talk about so much current events and so much nonsense, man, as far as this fucking the redacted and all the shit that they pull. And you just need a getaway sometimes, and that's what we're gonna do there. We're still gonna keep y'all posted. We still going, be spitting that knowledge and shit like that. But every now and again, you gotta kind of get away from that stuff because it'll drive you fucking nuts. Just saying.
Facts.
Mr. Caution says, I'm pretty sure statute of limitation is passed on the 10-year-old game. Oh, man. Y'all are crazy. But, yeah, I'm going to have to play the game over again. The show is great, guys. If you're not watching The Last of Us, check it out. You get to sit there and binge 6 episodes, so why not? I don't know how many episodes they're going to go. I don't know if they're going to go 13 episodes or 24 episodes, or if they only gonna go 8. It seemed like shows only been going 8 episodes lately.
I got the feeling after the way this one ended, they was gonna do 8. I'd be surprised and kind of happy if they did 10.
Me too. Especially because I do know how the game ends. You know what I mean? But right. I'm wondering how they're gonna play this out, because The Walking Dead, there's a lot of shit that happened in The Walking Dead in the comic books that they just avoided, and they kept that show going for fucking ever. So I don't know if that's HBO Max's goal is to have The Last of Us keep going like for like quite a few seasons, or if this is going to be a limited run series where it may end in like two seasons.
Yeah, I think it'd have more popularity if they kept it a limited run, because The Walking Dead fell off after like season 2, season 3.
Yeah, I think after like the Negan shit, that shit was a wrap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The Walking Dead got 10 seasons. How many seasons can you stretch this out? I don't think you can stretch this out too many seasons, because The Walking Dead, as The Walking Dead, the show was on, they were still writing comics. Mm-hmm. They were still writing comics for The Walking Dead even when the show came out. So this one is just the 2 games. I mean, you got your DLC shit, but I don't see them stretching this out more than 2 seasons. So Jay's World says The Walking Dead was too receptive after season 3. Mr. Caution says started playing Atomic Hearts last night, free on Game Pass. It's like a Russian Bioshock. See, that's what everybody been telling me. Repetitive. He meant to say repetitive after season 3. Yeah, like I don't know. I still want to play it. The shit look dope, and I said that. I even said it like Bioshock when I was talking to one of my friends about it, and then I saw other people saying, "Yo, this shit like a Russian Bioshock." The funny part is, right? You ever heard of Tartaria? Mm-mm. So you gotta look up Tartaria, yo. Before we get out of here, we might look at a video on that shit. But Tartaria was like allegedly was like some civilization that included like the USSR and some more shit, and they had all of this advanced technology, and some more shit. I've been meaning to look up Tartaria. Let's see.
Tatarian
Yeah.
Empire.
You know what I might have to do? Let's just do this. Let's see.
The QAnon of architecture.
Yeah, like people are so quick to disprove it. It's crazy. Let me see if I can't find it real quick. What's this is? Is this one of them? Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna scroll through here real quick. Mr. Kosh said Tatari is a whole game. It's a whole show. You right, yo. Is this one of them? Let me see. No, that's not it. Let me see. Cause this channel on Instagram called Caddy Indigo, they be having a bunch of compilations of people who be looking into this shit.
Mm-hmm.
From like this one guy does mud floods and Soteria and shit like that. It should be real interesting. Let me see if I can't find something real quick. That's not it. Let's do this. Let's see if we can't find about hashtag. Anytime I'm trying to find shit, this shit don't be around. Let me see.
Whenever you go looking for it, right?
Yeah, every time I go looking for some shit, this shit don't even be around.
The worst.
Let's see.
I tell you, man, the greatest disservice they ever did to like human beings was the Library of Alexandria.
Oh, you gotta enlighten me on that one.
So the Library of Alexandria was like this grand library where they had all information on like ancient civilizations, like Atlantis, what's in Antarctica, but like actual concrete, like books and like scrolls and scriptures of this shit. And then I believe it was the Romans. Don't quote me on that. They burned it down.
Oh,
got rid of everything. Like, of course, they kept whatever they wanted, but they won't give the actual knowledge to the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like all these conspiracies and ancient civilizations and questions and shit that we had, there was like actual scripture and like human record of it, and then they just burned it to write his story.
Gotcha. Here we go. I got something right here.
Let's do it.
New under the sun, and anything you think of doing has already been done. This is a picture of a headless woman from the late 1800s, and it's proof that even back then they had Photoshop. And no, this is not Back to the Future, but here we have a military hoverboard from World War I. And this is an 800-year-old mobile phone found by archaeologists in Austria, and I'm sure you've all seen this vehicle. It was in the film Men in Black, and I've never seen nothing like this before. This is truly an invention of the past. And here we have an electric scooter from the 1800s. And here we have a robot that can transport people.
Yo, can you hear me?
There's another robot from the late
The sound going in and out.
Oh, it's going in and out.
Yeah, I missed most of what he was saying.
Alright, that's cool. Let me do
There's
this.
nothing new under the sun. And anything you think of doing has already been done.
There we go.
This is a picture of a headless woman from the late 1800s, and it's proof that even back then they had Photoshop. And no, this is not Back to the Future, but here we have a military hoverboard from World War I. And this is an 800-year-old mobile phone found by archaeologists in Austria. And I'm sure you've all seen this vehicle. It was in the film Men in Black. And I've never seen nothing like this before. This is truly an invention of the past. And here we have an electric scooter from the 1800s. And here we have a robot that can transport people. And here's another robot from the late 1800s.
So like they're saying that shit was like Tartarian like technology. You know how like you got the steeples on the churches? They were saying that like that's like Antiquitech, I guess they would call it. Here go another one right here. I think this is it right here. Let's see.
All right, guys. So not too many people know about Tartaria. Guys, go research this stuff. It's absolutely crazy. As you can see, like this looks like something out of like ancient Greek. Like this is insane. But no, this is Chicago in 1893. Like these world's fairs that were going on back then, like absolutely insane stuff. Technology, like the architecture, everything. Guys, they want us to believe that these were built in like the 1800s with horse and buggy and like hand tools and stuff. But it's literally all over the world, like Brazil, Germany, Chicago. Like, guys, it's the same civilization. Like they did these are 4 out of like the hundreds. Like our U.S. Capitol building, for instance. Like look up the Kansas Capitol building. Like it's the same type of structure, guys. There's no way that we built these like in the 17 and 1800s with hand tools and horses and you know the technology that they say that you know they had back then. There's absolutely no way. Guys, this is Penn Station in New York City in the early 1900s. It was torn down in the early 1920s because they say it was too much to maintain. Like, how would they build something in the 1800s and then tear it down 10, 15, maybe 20 years later because, oh, it's too intense to maintain? Like, we didn't build this, guys. We inherited this. This is insane. Go look up Tartaria. Like,
oh shit, I didn't mean to turn that shit off. But yeah,
all right, guys, so it's kind of coming.
Like Penn State,
That's wild.
Yeah, so what they saying is that a lot of our cities are built on top of this shit, and that some of the buildings are still around in certain cities. Like you could tell, they saying you could tell what buildings was what, because you could tell like just how the architecture looked compared to the
Everything
rest of
else.
the city. Like for example, here in Baltimore, if you look at our Capitol, if you look at not the Capitol building, but in Baltimore, I can't remember what the fuck the mayor's office, whatever you want to call it, City Hall. City Hall, that building looks completely different than everything else.
That's crazy, bro. Because I'm looking at the way those buildings were structured and just like the similarities. And here in New Hampshire, the Capitol building looks just like one of them shows, and it's got a gold top to it.
Yeah, that's so the gold top. They saying that shit was for like conducting electricity.
That's what I thought when I saw it. I was like, that's got to be for some lightning.
They call it Antiquitech or whatever. You know what I mean?
I know a rabbit hole I'm going down tonight.
Yeah, then they got some shit called.
This was the controllers trying to utilize leftover technology after the last reset and nearly perfecting levitation technology. This is no jet engine that's in this thing, aptly referred to as the flying trash can. Yet it makes you wonder if bits and pieces of this is allowed to be mainstream. I wonder what they truly have hidden. But the old world had this technology for a long time. Just look at the flying Vimana airships of India. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
So yeah, they saying that like what's his name? It's called a mud flood. They're saying that a lot of this shit got like some shit happened and like you ever heard like the Lost Temple of Petra or whatever it is, or Petra? And like I think it's
Petra.
Yeah, I think it's like in India somewhere or something like that.
It sounds familiar.
The shit kind of look like it's underground. They saying that shit happened from a flood. They call it a mud flood. So look at this shit. Let's see what this is. Like somebody proving flat Earth in the 1920s.
Damn.
Yeah. Like it was. I'm telling you, a lot of shit got hidden from us, yo. A whole lot of shit got hidden from us. What the fuck is this?
They bigger than Shaq.
What's good, family? How tall do you gotta be in order to secure the top lock on this door?
Shit.
Using my best guess, I would say at least 15 to 20 feet tall, and that is just to touch the top lock. I started looking for giants on record that was tall enough to lock that door. And I found an article talking about a 31-foot giant found in India. It reads, a giant skeleton believed to be of a human giant measured 31 feet 6 inches. It says the huge leg bones alone measured 10 feet and 3 men were needed to move the remains. I found a similar article that took things to the left. It talked about a 31-foot giant ape. This ape was also found in the same place as the last article. When I put the two together, I thought of Hanuman, the Hindu god. He is said to be a man with ape-like features. I can't validate this, family, but nonetheless, in order to lock that door, you have to be really tall. I found another article talking about a 18-foot giant human skeleton. I believe there were people tall enough to close that door, and their bones are held in the Smithsonian. Friend up, family.
Yeah.
You ever hear about the redhead giants that they found over there in Afghanistan?
Yeah, and they killed that motherfucker because he ate somebody or something like that.
In one of the motherfucking caves or something.
Yeah. It was like some Marines that found him or something like that on some mission.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me see. Koi says, don't forget about the video I sent you in Twitter with Lost Technology Museum. I also did a live stream discussing giants and how abundant they were in North America. Yeah, if y'all not Kois, drop your YouTube channel in the chat, yo. He got a good YouTube channel, yo. He got
drop that.
There is a clear reason why most of the skies we see from the old world are whited and bleached out, and the occasional ones that aren't are littered with these airships. It's because, much like many other things in history, they attempt to cover it up. The cover up of free and uninhibited travel. The reason why we have so many spires and empty bell towers. These were the old mooring stations, docking stations of the old world. This form of travel has been around a lot longer than we thought, and it could not be so easily regulated and controlled like the aircraft travel of today. Research the mud flood and fall of Tartaria. Question everything, friends.
Well, that's facts. I mean, you look at anything like electricity, water, the food, everything. They took it and they sold it back to people.
Yeah, they did. Exactly.
It just puts them it puts them on the top of the food chain. It gives them all power.
Here we go, right here. I guess this is a part of the mud flood right here. It look like.
What's good, family? Check out this structure here. This looks like a castle or a large building with a city on top. Looking at this, I ask, how old is the structure? Check out the building on top of the window structure below. My question is this building older than the pyramid, or is the pyramids older than this building structure? Me personally, I think they come from two different time periods, and the castle building was first. One of the problems I'm having in my Tartarian study is the altering of dates and timelines. Check out these steps, family. I think they are older than the pyramids. My steps are small in comparison to my home. So how big is the house in comparison to these steps? You see, this conversation has brought me to the things we see today. Is the building below this structure older than the pyramids? When was this time period, AD or BC? If it's AD, then when? And if it's BC, Then when? These are the questions I'm trying to answer, family. Friend up.
Like, it's so much shit, yo. And that mud flood shit, I think it's got something to it. The mud flood shit.
Now,
got
is the
something
mud
to it.
flood referring to like the big flood, that like the big flood, or is this something completely like separate?
Like, imagine like a mudslide on like a grand scale. It could be with the flooding as well. And then mud just suffocates and it just covers everything over like a fucking Etch a Sketch. You just fucking swipe the fucking little thing and then just cleared everything, cleared the whole fucking board.
I never thought about that, bro. Yeah, you got my fucking wheels turning. God damn it.
Oh,
Like how many layers of civilization are we walking on?
When you think you've seen it all, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is Alfred Isaac Middleton, and he was a British explorer who went to the furthest parts of the globe in search of new discoveries. He went to uncharted regions in the Southeast Asia, African and Amazon rainforest, and you ain't gonna believe what he found. These look like creatures from another world. Is that a human? Or is that Bigfoot? Is that a building? Or a spaceship? Are they elves? No, they're definitely not human. Unfortunately, his journals and scientific writings were lost in 1901 when Middleton and his team vanished during a Samatron expedition to uncover the fabled lost city of Dulutu. Oh my diddy. So I guess there are some places on Earth that humans still don't know about.
Yeah, like check this shit out right here. This is an interesting right here.
Legitimate questions get legitimate answers. What's past the biggest wall on the outside
So you see that shit, yo?
of everything? All right. Now I want you guys to just look at this for a second. What does that look like to you? The entire thing, the whole thing. What does it look like to you? Oh, time's up. I'll tell you. It kind of looks like a cell under a microscope. You know, it's a giant shell. Cell. Sorry, not shell. But do you see where I'm going? Hold on. You got this cell, which is the outermost wall. Inside the cell are a bunch of little bubbles, little air pockets. It's a big one right there. That's a planet. Somebody lives in there. Somebody lives in there. Somebody lives in there. Let's zoom in on a cell. All right. So you zoom in on any cell. There's a bunch of smaller cells, bunch of air pockets, bunch of whatever you want to call it, bubbles, domes, da-da-da-da. We all live inside. We have neighbors, more Earths, more worlds, more planets, all right? So on the outside of that wall, there's just more cells. We are microscopic to something bigger.
Yep.
As above, so below. From the smallest molecules we cannot see to the biggest that we still cannot see. As above, so below. Microscopic, cosmic. Just picture a bunch of them, an infinite number of them. In the book The Law of One, it says there's 67 million inhabitable planets in our density, our realm.
So like, for example, right, it's all 7 continents, right?
Yep.
And then surrounding all 7 continents is an ice wall.
Yep.
And then on the other side of that shit, there's more continents or land masses or whatever. Like Admiral Richard Byrd, you heard about him?
Yep.
So he said that there was land beyond the poles. He said that once he crossed the North Pole or whatever it was, it became tropical immediately.
It was green with life.
Yeah, and he saw mammoths and shit like that.
Yep.
And he didn't circumnavigate and then end up like in New Zealand or nothing. Like this shit was something different, separate from the 7 continents we know about. Which tells us that the Earth is a whole lot bigger than they told us.
Oh man.
And I think they try to like limit us to like flat Earth. Once you get to the edge of the ice wall, you just fall off. Or they start making fun of people. What really what's happening is once you get to the edge of the ice wall, there's other continents out there, bitch. The South Pole. Thanks, YV. So I think yeah, yo.
You think he crossed over?
Yeah, I think he crossed over. Fuego says in the 19th century, with the advent of photography, there was a cabal of scammer archaeologists, explorers, and scientists producing fake pictures and artifacts. It was a major grift.
I believe it. Niggas been grifting forever.
Yeah. Thing is, were they trying to hide some shit, or was they trying to make some shit up? Like this shit right here is probably
we've got your ass. We've got your ass now. This is what we call an atmospheric energy conductor, also known as antiquity. So many people believe that this is just a temple or a place of worship, when in fact its main function is to gather natural energy from the ether and convert it into electricity. Oh my diddy. So this is why they call it a cathedral. A cathode is a type of electrode through which electrons move. Electrons are a semiconductor, usually a metal that is connected to
So you've seen
something
buildings like that, right? You've seen churches like that with the steeples?
Electrons, negative charge, and the anode collects electrons that have a positive charge. Oh my days. And this is another type of building that does the same thing.
See that dome like you was talking about?
You always find gold at the
cap.
top. And the columns and arches are coils conducting a current of positive and negative ions. And these buildings are always covered in copper. Anode is the electrode where oxidation occurs, and cathode is the electrode where reduction occurs. So did they have electricity in the past? My answer is yes. Oh, we've got your...
So yeah, so they saying that all came from Tartaria.
Well, yeah, didn't they find, I want to say it was in Egypt, but they found a battery.
Yeah, the Egyptian battery, yeah.
They found a battery,
yeah.
So it was like, yeah, they had electricity. But if, okay, so I guess with this information, like Tartarian, is that before Egypt? Is that like where it's, is that kind of where this goes?
Say it again.
Like who was first? Like was Tartarian before Egypt? Like did Egypt learn its knowledge from Tartarian?
I think that Tartaria might have learned it from Egypt or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I want to say Egypt came first.
Okay.
Or Tartaria knew whatever Egypt knew. You know?
Oh yeah, this is a rabbit hole.
Okay. See what y'all talking about. So he's saying that this Puri rice. This is supposed to show Antarctica without the ice.
Oh shit.
That's it right here. Hey Ronan, is this the one right here? Is that what Antarctica looks like without the ice? I don't know, it's a bunch of them. But yeah, yo. So if y'all don't know, the name of the channel is Caddy Indigo. Caddy CADDY_ Indigo. So this girl, this girl, she was. So
in this video on my page, I talk about Mars. The land of Mars is where the custodians and the Anunnaki send humans that help mislead.
So they think that like the planets are here. They think on the other side of the ice wall, the planets are here, like the land of Mars and shit like that. Like it's not up.
Outer space.
Out, yeah, outer space, like out. It's not this way, but outer space.
That makes sense.
And other humans, so basically it's like their reward to be sent to Mars. They live longer on Mars, and it's just much better than Earth because they are literally poisoning us here on Earth. Okay, so this is where you need to follow me. So Elon Musk is actually trying to colonize Mars. He thinks by 2050 he'll have 1 billion people on Mars. Now there's a book called Project Mars that was written by Von Braun. I don't know if I pronounced that right.
Von
And this
Braun,
came out in 1953. In this book, Martian social structure and their form of government, which is run by 10 men under the leadership of the Elon. So the Martians in that book named their leader the Elon. Is that not like predictive programming? Is it not weird that we have a man today named Elon who's trying to get to Mars? It kind of reminds me of this book called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, which was written in the 1800s. And President Trump has a son named Baron Trump. And this same author wrote a book called The Last President, in which he details a riot happening on Fifth Avenue at a hotel, which is suspicious because Trump Tower is also located on Fifth Avenue. So how are these two connected, you're asking? Well, it's connected because Elon Musk said he wants to reverse the ban that Twitter put on Trump. Now I'm just sitting here trying to figure out what is the agenda here. Let's not forget that Space Force was actually created during Trump's presidency. These two men are trying really hard to promote space exploration, knowing damn well that there is no outer space as an up. It's out as in an outer land beyond the ice wall. And they know this, and they're trying to mislead us. Do not trust Elon Musk. Do not trust Donald Trump. Don't even trust me.
I mean, that's all right. So that kind of makes sense because you think about it, like every country on the planet got fucking scientists in Antarctica, and you can't just go to Antarctica.
No, it's a 52 nation treaty. Somebody turning you around saying you need to turn your ass back around and get the fuck out.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. I mean, like, and people don't understand that. People, because people don't want their belief systems broken. You know what I mean? So they want to believe whatever the government tell them. I think it's more Tartaria shit right here.
Is that the Anunnaki around the Tree of Life and a flying spacecraft above it? Or are those giants around a lightning rod emitting frequencies that's causing this machine to levitate? That thing on their wrist sure looks like a cymatic depiction. These are cymatic frequencies, sound made visible, and these are different magnetrons. These are the windows on the cathedrals. They look similar. What if that wristwatch is a signature, a vibrational frequency depicting the location for where they teleport from? And what's in that bag?
Them niggas got communicators like Power Rangers.
Different vibrational frequencies produce different structures. See the similarity? Maybe this doesn't represent the seeding of life. Maybe this is a technological map. How else do you explain this? What if you could travel from one location to another using that signature, that vibrational frequency? What if cathedrals were not built for religion, rather for science? They're all kind of built the same way. They've got the antenna, they've got the domes, they've got the hexagon water structures inside. Did you know that stained glass windows is a form of color therapy? Did you know that organs is a form of vibrational sound therapy? When you're inside a structure like that, you are resonating the sound throughout your body, applying that with the lights coming through. You are literally healing yourself, plus the intention, believing that you are getting help from a higher power. That is actually you. Your belief plus the location plus the structure equals healing. Are those electrical maps? Our ionosphere is full of electricity. Every 100 feet you gain more. These antennas draw power. These structures harness them. Then we have these labyrinths on the grounds that look like processors on computers. This is the true yellow brick road. We're harnessing energy and storing them in bricks covered in gold, because bricks hold electricity, with the Emerald City acting as the battery. They could also have been using these to structure their water. Either way, there is a lot of hidden history, ancient technologies from our very recent past that has been recently reset.
I agree with that.
If you want to know more, look up the Tartarian Empire.
The more I look into it, the more I think Tartaria actually probably was a fucking civilization, bro.
Like a giant battery.
Like, it's just I don't know. I don't know what happened to them. That's the thing, right? Because it's like, okay, if you're saying that they existed, I would say recently, meaning, late 1800s, early 1900s, where the fuck did they go?
Somebody showed up and killed everybody.
You've heard about the Tartarian Empire, you're in the right place. You ever wonder who built those things? Because the people at the time were horse and buggy people. They had primitive tools. They didn't have technology.
I can't explain this big fucking door.
Right.
How much does that door weigh?
God, how the fuck you build something like that, bro?
You've heard about the Tartarian Empire. You ever wonder who built those things? Because the people at the time were horse and buggy people. They had primitive tools. They didn't have technology to work with masonry and steel and rebar and to bend metal and do all this amazing stuff that they did. They also, whoever built these things, in these cathedrals, these buildings, these architectural masterpieces, built giant doors. Who could fit in those doors? Have you guys ever taken a look at what's in the New York Times archives in the late 1800s and early 1900s? There are dozens and dozens of articles about giant humanoid skeletons being discovered. Some of them were 10 to 15 foot tall. They had horns growing out of their heads, some of them. Others were buried with giant battle axes. There was one article where they found 68 giant skeletons all together. The average size was 7 foot tall. Some were significantly taller than that. So are we still believing the dinosaur story? Or do you think that maybe there is a whole epic saga of our history that has been intentionally concealed from the masses? So then we wouldn't know who built these architectural masterpieces with the gigantic doors.
Yep.
What other technology did they have?
Yeah, I mean, like when you look at it, I guess at a glance you don't really see it until you actually really sit there and try to understand and explain it. I think this is the one where one of them was the World's Fair. I think this was it right here.
Why is the old photos of the 1900s and 1800s just black and white? Why did they make them black and white? They could have produced color. We've seen color photos at that time. So let's look at Tartaria and color. I want you to pay attention to the skies now. Notice how dark blue it is? Our skies no longer look like that. Pyramid power. Plasma energy. Straight up in color.
Like I think that Nikola Tesla was a fucking Tartarian if that's the case. They say he was from Croatia, and apparently like Croatia was kind of like a part of that whole empire. So and I mean, I think he knew some shit.
It's nothing like I didn't put some out to y'all.
But you see how they got like all these different land masses.
The world as we know it, the entire land mass right here. And as you can see, this is the ice wall that surrounds us. And then there's two openings. If you try to sail past them, you will be shot by military. Extraterrestrial originated from beings coming from extra terrain, which is beyond the ice wall. As you can see, land beyond the ice wall. And outer space means outward, not up. Check it out. Land of Mars, Jupiter, Anunnaki lands, second Earth, land of clones, Venus, Mercury, bro.
So they're saying is what we see in the sky is just a reflection.
Hercules, Pegasus, and
that makes sense.
Other ice wall, but yeah, this is how big our world is. That's why we see UFOs and shit. This is why.
That makes sense.
It's nothing like
I'm telling you, it's so much shit to go down. Like usually we doing like me and Jay used to do like Kufi on Tight. I gotta get back to it. But it's so much shit. Especially when they said the Eye of Sahara might have been Atlantis. This is
the what's it called? The right shot structure?
Yeah, the research. Yeah, the research structure. Yeah.
I know you're sick and tired of me talking about this mud flood, but people still don't believe me. So I've got to show you more evidence. This is another mud flood building. You can see they've digged out the front, but they haven't digged out round the back. And this is another one. You can see that the windows are still intact. I don't know how. This one's crazy. They dug this one up and you can see stairs, metal buildings, columns, everything. And this one is clear as day. In 1892, that's what it looked like. And in 2019, when they dug it up, that's what they found.
So, you know, like Chicago's built on top of a whole nother fucking city.
Yep.
I think they said San Francisco's built on top of another city as well.
What about, I feel like New York was too.
Might be. I'm not sure about New York. I think so. But they're saying it's a few cities built on top of cities. And they say the way you can tell sometimes is that you'll see a building where like the windows are halfway out of the ground and halfway in the ground.
Yeah.
Shit like that, or like it might have been a doorway. Yeah, it's a lot of that shit. This shit is real interesting, yo. This shit is really fucking interesting. What's this?
If there is more land, and I sincerely believe that there is, then that's the perfect reason to lie to everybody. And it's not just about hiding a place for more resources and where else we can go and dig for gas and gold. It's not about that. They're hiding freedom. They know that as soon as we all find out that there's another place to go without dictatorship, that we'd be gone.
There's endless amounts of everything, and there's so much more land out there, and there's many places to explore, and they just want to keep us here in the...
So that guy talking, guys, that's the guy that we be watching. So when me and Jay would do this on Rumble, we was referencing a lot of his videos. He ODD TV.
ODD TV?
Yeah. He was putting out some real ill shit, and then like YouTube started trying to come down on him.
Middle of the pond, stuck here thinking that this is all there is.
What happens to the price of gold and all natural resources if there's more land? Gold can't go to $1 an ounce. Gasoline can't go to 20 cents a gallon. We can all have, you know, thousands of acres of land to ourselves. The whole system crumbles. The entire system crumbles. Period.
It's facts.
Yeah, but anyway, I ain't gonna hold you up, yo. I know I got an early morning. I'm gonna look at this real quick, and then we out. I wish I could make this.
You can never
bigger.
find truth. All you can do is find false, drop it, and get rid of it. And eventually, when you can't get rid of any more false, what you're left with is the truth. How much false can you find? And there's lots in history. I was looking around the internet and came across the images of the 1893 Chicago World Exposition. And it blew my mind because it looked like ancient Rome in the middle of downtown Chicago. And as I looked at it further, well, here's another one in Philadelphia, here's another one in St. Louis, in Buffalo, in San Francisco, and then as soon as they were done, they tore them all down and threw them in the garbage. That just told me there's something wrong with all of these. The story of the expositions is a gigantic lie. And I think it's so huge of a lie because I think they're right at a bridge point when so many things about the 1800s that seem strange and weird, right as this sort of period ends of unbelievable strangeness, and all of a sudden these fairs spring up all over the world with impossible buildings we're talking about, which are colossal structures. Chicago built 700 acres of fair in supposedly less than 2 years. St. Louis built 1,200 acres of exposition buildings. One of the buildings in Chicago, the manufacturer's building, would house 300,000 people. There's a giant statue in the middle of the lagoon. It was called the Golden Lady, and it was known as the Statue of the Republic. It was 65 feet tall. They say it was covered in gold leaf that had copper underneath, but others speculate it was actually made out of solid gold. So you're talking 65-foot high, potentially solid gold statue. We're talking giant structures and looking like ancient Rome with towers and domes and columns and the most fine, ornate pieces to them in these record, unbelievable times. Then as soon as they're done, chuck them in the garbage. Like Jackson Park is a swamp. So supposedly they had to drive down tens of thousands of wooden stakes in order to support the weight of everything. They dug out massive lagoons, lakes. They had a canal system that ran through the entire exposition. They also had an above-ground electric train. An electric train, well, where's the electricity coming from? That's running around the park. They had a moving walkway down by the shore. Not enough people are asking, where does this technology come from?
Just to frame it, if I'm not mistaken, the Chicago Fair was the first time people had seen electric light.
Tesla's the one who got the electricity contract for the Chicago Exposition, and it was certainly more than all of the lights anyway that were in New York City at the time were at the Chicago Exposition.
Now, it must have been mind-blowing for most of those people who had only seen gaslight or candlelight at night to see that city lit up in such a way. Again, count the way since 1901. We are told, whether it's true or not, the idea of being able to electrically do anything hasn't been around that long.
And this fair is bizarre. This is supposed to be Tesla's fair, where he managed to somehow move electricity from Niagara Falls to Buffalo for the fair. No one's really explained how he actually did that. And at the middle of the fair is a 395-foot...
Damn.
Holy shit.
You can never find truth. All you can do is find false.
Paul V. Volpin. That's crazy. But yeah, like I said, yo, there's so many rabbit holes to go down. There's so many.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up for a while tonight. I already know it.
Man, I want to see if the. I want to watch the rest of that video if it's around, if it's even on here.
Man, with the way shit going, that joint probably got snuffed out.
I'm pretty sure it did. Somebody probably just found that somewhere. Anyway. I appreciate you hanging out with me, bro.
Yo, I appreciate it. Appreciate you having me on, bro. This shit, yeah. Let me know when you gonna do another Kufi on tight. I might wanna. I'll sit in for that. That shit was crazy.
Definitely. When me and Jay do it, I'm gonna definitely hit you up. We all jump over here and do it. Anyway, guys.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Appreciate you guys joining too. If you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. Please share this stream. Let people know that we were live. If you're catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Use some constructive criticism. Don't forget to go over to the Nerd Out YouTube channel. That's the Nerd Out YouTube channel. It's pinned in the description, and it's the pinned comment also. Make sure you subscribe over there, guys. Anyway. Man, until next time, this is Canon Hotep saying, be safe, stay strapped, don't miss, guys. Keep your head on the swivel, guys, because they ain't telling us everything. We holla at you.
Yo, relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas